Hello Gemini, and welcome to your monthly forecast for December. Now I'm going to give you a broad overview of what you can expect this month, and then please stay with me. I will dive deep to give you searing insights for what the month holds. So as we begin December, Neptune, the planet of dreams, in your sector of work and how you connect to the wider world, that ends a long retrograde, and that's going to be really helpful to you. But also on the 4th, there's a sparkling new moon in your sector of relating, which is forging a very stable link to Saturn, the planet of structure, in the part of your situation to do with the truth and to do with knowledge. So that combination is absolutely fantastic for you. But this month is a month when Venus is particularly prominent. It's connecting with Pluto all of the month within 3 degrees, and it does connect exactly on the 11th and also the 25th in an exact conjunction. And this means, I think, that passion is going to be a big part of the theme for you this month. Now, the passion can be in a mutual romantic context. It could be working with someone that you have a great mutual understanding with, or it could be someone you're about to meet. And that's because on the 13th of this month, Mars makes its way into your 7th house. Now, the 7th house in the natal horoscope can make it a little bit tricky to forge relationships with others because people can be that more assertive about their boundaries. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that it can be a little bit off-putting to people until they really know where someone's coming from. But I think Mars going through your opposite sign, the new moon in your sector of relating on the 4th, Venus in a conjunction with Pluto in your 8th house, all these are really magical possibilities for you. So please stay with me. But if you are new to my channel, I would be honoured if you would subscribe. Also, if you'd like to get your free daily horoscope written by me, fired to your device each morning, you can subscribe on the link beneath this video. I write for Britain's most read daily newspaper, The Metro, and have done for many years. And also, with year 2022 just around the corner, if you'd like to ascend above this Zodiac forecast and order your personal forecast for next year, you can do so. Get the rest of this year free and a character analysis and 30% off. And that will give you a lot of insights to what you can expect in terms of how your personal astrology is developing in your situation. Please see the link below. Welcome Gemini to your monthly horoscope for December. So Neptune goes direct on day 1. That's something we can all appreciate. If you have been really uncertain about your role in life, felt a little bit disorientated in some ways, the retrograde wouldn't have helped. But the fact that it is forging in week 1 a superb link to the conjunction between Venus and Pluto suggests that your instincts could be right on the money when it comes to money or business or deals in the first week of this month. So that's something to really look forward to. Also, Mars and Pluto are collaborating brilliantly in the first 10 days. Now, initially for you, Mars is in house 6, very much to do with hard work, productivity, efficiency, and really showing a lot of application around your work. But the link with Pluto could reward you financially, particularly as, of course, that Venus is in the mix too. And when Venus and Mars are collaborating well and in balance, it can bring good things in our direction. Also on the 4th, of course, there is that new moon. A new moon is an opportunity to set our intentions. Now, of course, if you're single, this part of the year can be a time when often people do think about maybe the potential for romance. And it just really depends on the COVID situation in your particular domain, territory, state or country. You know, if the rules allow you to go out and socialise a little bit and you feel comfortable to do so, then I think this new moon gives you a lot of push to connect to others. but it's linking with Saturn in a very supportive way. So even if you're in a relationship and you're wanting to know whether you go forwards in that relationship, especially with the depth that Venus in its conjunction with Pluto is going to be promoting this month, especially on the 11th and the 25th when they're exactly side by side, I feel that what Saturn does is just give you a little bit of a sort of, not skepticalness, but a little bit of protectiveness. You're going to be doing your due diligence, even if there's someone you like. Just making sure that you really have got a good feel for where they're coming from. Now, if the vibes are good, it's possible for some people that this month could, I'm going to use some quite fresh language, end up being quite hot and horny. And that's because on the 13th, Mars, the planet of passion, moves into your opposite sign. Now, Mars in the 7th house can give us more desire to connect with others. It can also, if we're in a long-term relationship, make us more outspoken about what we want. But is that such a bad thing? Mercury moves on the same day, on the 13th, into the business-like Capricorn, joining with Venus and Pluto. But the 19th does see the full moon in your sign. So if there is a relationship which isn't working so well for you, the fact that Venus and Mercury, obviously Pluto, and then from the 21st, the Sun, are all in the 8th house. The 8th house can be a sector of transformations, but transitions and also endings when things don't work very well. So on the back of that full moon, I think you're wanting to make sure that you are having a kind of mutual experience in any relationship, not just a romantic one. You need to feel that it is give and take. Now, there is a sensational angle between the Sun and Jupiter, between the 16th and the 21st when the Sun moves, and it's mutually receptive. Jupiter rules the sign of Sagittarius, where the Sun is. The Sun's linking to Jupiter in the democratic sign of Aquarius. So if you can safely get together with a group of people that you feel comfortable with, or connect online, with other people that you're drawn to, sharing an information, Zoom and Skype are part of our reality now. But some kind of jolly encounter could be possible, but that full moon does push you to be a little bit more conscious of whether all your needs are being met. And if they're not, with Mars there to help you, you could be a little tougher in what you will put up with. Now, the Sun's move on the 21st into the 8th house in a more prosaic way could see you thinking a lot, as this year comes to a close, about money. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Venus is the ruler of Libra, which is where its appreciation of aesthetics and fashion and diplomacy and relating comes from, but it's also the ruler of Taurus, very much to do with sensuality, appreciation of good food, good wine, and maybe some luxury. And having Venus so powerfully activated, even though it goes retrograde on the 19th, so powerfully activated in your 8th house, I think your desires are going to be much stronger this month, much more ardent. So the word horny may be a little daring for me to use, but I think you get where I'm coming from. This is a month where your passion to improve your financial circumstances, to have much more satisfying connections to others, to have relationships that work well even if they're not intimate or based on a financial arrangement or business. And then with Jupiter moving towards the end of this year on the 29th back into your 10th house, where it's going to be prominent in 2022, not only in the 10th house, it is going to go into your 11th house of friendship too, but from the 15th of May to the 28th of July, Jupiter made its way through its home zone of Pisces and then returned to Aquarius. So that's where for you were thinking more about travel, widening your horizons, higher education, philosophies, religions. But it's gone now back into your 10th house, very much to do with ambitions, goals. And of course, with Neptune going direct at the very start of this month in that particular area, that's already providing some clarification. So, do you know, as the curtain comes down on this year, and even in the last week, Mars in your opposite sign forges a really fantastic link with Saturn. And when, again, just like Venus and Mars, when they're collaborating in an aspect, when Mars and Saturn are collaborating, you get the power and the passion of Mars moderated by the structure and organization of Saturn. It really can be very, very good. So in general, although a weak relationship may make way this month, do you know, you could end up having a much greater understanding of really getting what you truly need in all sorts of collaborations. They do need to be really bilateral, to use a more modern term, mutually inclusive, collaborative and cooperative. And if you have that, you can end this year in great heart of what the new year can hold for you, but importantly, with an improvement in your financial situation that could absolutely thrill you. Have a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful new year, stay safe, and goodbye.